Hi friends, welcome! So, yesterday was EA Play and there were some massive announcements. I'm going to start with the big Apex updates obviously because as you guys know that's my main game and there was so much amazing news for Apex Legends. It's actually hard to squeeze it all in one video, but I'll do my best. I'm so hyped for these changes, so keep watching and check out what the changes are and let me know in the comments down below if you are super hyped for these Apex Legends changes, or updates I should say, because they are so good. Before I get into them, just a quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, click the subscribe button down below, come join my community, and that will enable you to always receive the latest news on game releases, particularly for Apex Legends, and you get to see some pretty epic gaming videos as well. So let's get on to the updates from EA Play. Obviously, let's start with Apex Legends, our favourite game. So, there's a new limited time collection event called Lost Treasures coming. It's really about this kind of gold theme, treasure theme, which is pretty cool because if you didn't know already, gold is my favourite colour. So it fits me perfectly. So the event brings a whole bunch of brand new things, and the best thing is you don't even need to wait long for it. It's coming out on the 23rd of June, which is this Tuesday, right? Which is awesome. So what will you get to see in this new limited time collection event, Lost Treasures? Firstly, Mirage gets an heirloom. So the next heirloom is going to be Mirage. And what is it? Well, it's none other than a statue of himself, which is just so fitting for Mirage. It's just crazy. It does look pretty cool though, and it's gold, so it's kind of like an Oscar, but the Oscar is Mirage. What's next? Crypto. With the new limited time collection event, we've also got a new town takeover, and that is Crypto's Town Takeover. So if you've been in game in Kings Canyon over the last week or so, you would have seen there are a few Easter eggs hidden around, particularly the common flags that you always see when you get Town Takeover. So we got to see the flags there, and also you can see on the banner there's some binary code, and when you translate that binary code, there are two sets of binary code. It basically leaves a message: if you can see this, I can see you, watch your back. So we'll get to learn a bit more about Crypto in this town takeover, and I'm pretty certain there'll be some more hidden Easter eggs when we get the town takeover on Tuesday, so I'll definitely go hunting for those. But it's a cool thing, we'll get to learn just a bit more about Crypto and a little bit more around what he's like. Another one is the vault. So you know I did that video on the hidden bunker where you could go in, and then I also showed you there are a whole other bunch of bunkers hidden around Kings Canyon. The bunkers will finally open, and if you go to the one near water treatment, you'll get to see currently there's a timer, and that timer is basically counting down, I think, to when they'll be available to open. Kind of like the loot vaults that we had in World's Edge last season. So it'll be interesting to see what's in them, because already we've been in the bunker and we've seen that's kind of almost a separate access point. Let's see, but I reckon they'll add some more loot in as soon as these vault doors open. Also, and I know there's so much, so I'm just going to keep giving it to you. Also, there's a new mode, Armed and Dangerous. So we've had Armed and Dangerous before. It's basically snipers and shotguns, but this is like a boosted version because you'll only get Evo shields, which is again pretty cool because it means you can level up. And also, this one's really interesting. They've removed the respawn beacons. That means you can't go and respawn people at those set locations. However, don't worry, because they announced these mobile respawn beacons. So what that means is basically in your loot pool you'll have a mobile respawn beacon. That's pretty cool because it means you can then bring back your teammates at any time, anywhere on the map, which is, I think that's going to be pretty cool. The thing is, you do only start with one, so I know with the fixed respawn beacons you can actually respawn multiple times if your teammates keeps dying, but with this obviously you'll get one. But I do think you'll be able to loot these respawn beacons from other players that you down and that you take out, so I think there's the ability to do that, which should make it a bit better. Also, some more news about this is as soon as the Armed and Dangerous mode is over, these mobile respawn beacons will then come in the regular play, casual and ranked. So you'll be able to access this in the normal kind of loot pool, either in loot bins or in kind of the hidden locations, maybe even in the vaults potentially. But yeah, so you'll be able to pick these up in normal play after this event. Again, which I think is pretty cool, because I think mobile respawn beacons will be a massive benefit into the game. I think this is definitely a positive change. Also, one more thing that's coming with the launch of this limited time mode is also a Lifeline buff. We saw in the trailer that Lifeline was able to drop her revive, so her drone could trigger the revive with its shield, which you get today anyway, but instead of her having to sort of sit down and crouch down and hide behind the shield, she's actually able to drop the drone deploys the shield and revives your teammate while you're able to move around and lay down covering fire. So I think this is a pretty significant buff, and it brings her in line with a bit closer to kind of what Mirage can do with his buff, where he can revive people and basically go invisible. So this is definitely a good buff for Lifeline, and it's going to make Lifeline even more useful now in these kind of situations where your teammates gets downed. That's kind of with the limited time mode, but we've definitely got some more epic news coming for Apex Legends. Firstly, for you PC players, Apex is coming to Steam, so that basically means it's going to be a bit smoother running, because I know Origin's a bit buggy for a lot of people. And on top of that, it opens it up to a wider audience, so there should be a lot more PC gamers. So that's going to be great for PC players, but it's also going to be better for everyone else on consoles as well. And I'll tell you why. And this is the biggest news for me and probably any other Apex Legends player. Crossplay is coming to Apex Legends. It's coming in the fall, so you've got to wait a little bit, but not too long. It's only a few months, right? This is going to be really great. One of the best things about Call of Duty, Warzone and Modern Warfare is that it's crossplay. I've got a lot of friends on PC, so I really enjoy playing crossplay with them on Warzone and Modern Warfare multiplayer. With that coming to Apex, I think it's going to open up a really great set of gameplay cross-platform. So that's going to be really good. It's a benefit for me. I'm really looking forward to it because I can then play with my PC buddies. Also, for you Switch players, Apex Legends is coming to Switch. So not only do we get crossplay, which allows me on Xbox to play with my PC buddies and my buddies on PS4, we'll also be able to play with Switch players now as well. It really is opening up the world of Apex Legends, so this is probably, for me, one of the best introductions we've had in Apex Legends ever. Definitely something I'm hyped about. All in all, this was a really good update for Apex Legends. We've got some amazing things coming. With this limited time mode, it's coming on Tuesday, so we don't even have to wait long. And then crossplay is coming in fall 2020. So again, we don't have to wait too long for the epic crossplay battles. So that's it pretty much for the Apex Legends update. Again, as I said, some amazing things. So I hope you're as hyped as me. Let me know in the comments down below if you're hyped for these Apex Legends changes. Let me just cover some other interesting games that were shared in EA Play. For you fans that are fans of kind of other things as well, for example, Star Wars. So, Star Wars Squadrons was announced. This was kind of the game I wanted to play 16 years ago when the first Battlefront was released. I always get those two confused. Anyway, it does look really cool. So in terms of the universe and the timeline, it's set just after the events of Return of the Jedi, and it's kind of like the Need for Speed, but for Star Wars. And I say that because basically you're a fighter jet pilot, so you can either pilot the Rebel fleet, so like an X-Wing, or you can pilot the Empire fleet, so like a TIE fighter. And with those, you can customize those, so basically you can have kind of like the equivalent of NOS that you would get in Need for Speed for your TIE fighter or your X-Wing. And you can do all cool kinds of customization to change the way your X-Wing flies and looks and the speed and the damage it does, that kind of stuff. So you've got some cool customization features, and it makes it quite an interesting game. Also, it looks like there's a really cool single player campaign which allows you to play in both perspectives of the Empire or the Rebel fleet, which is pretty cool. And there's a good multiplayer mode, it looks like, where you can team up with your buddies. The squads look like they're in squads of 5, so you can team up with your buddies and have some really good team gameplay in this. The graphics look pretty good as well, so if you're a Star Wars fan, this is definitely one to look out for. What else? So we've got FIFA, your typical EA Sport games coming. So FIFA 21 is coming. There's also a new NFL game for you NFL fans. I do like playing NFL and I do like playing FIFA. Although FIFA 20 was the first FIFA game I haven't played in such a long time. I've played pretty much every other FIFA game that's been released. So I might actually get back into FIFA 21. Let me know down below in the comments if you're a fan of FIFA. Yeah, I might get back into it. It looks good. Again, graphics powered by Frostbite look pretty good for FIFA 21 and the other EA Sports games. Speaking of which, there was also a sneak peek for Battlefield, the new Battlefield. Obviously, we're with the current Battlefield. We had Battlefield 1 and we've got Battlefield 5 currently, which is good. I've got it. I've played quite a few games of it. I might do some gameplay on my channel of it before it disappears. But it is good. The graphics are amazing. The maps are detailed and huge. I'm not a big fan of the weapons, if I'm being honest, but for the new Battlefield, the graphics look even better. We don't have a title yet, and we don't have a release date, but I guess it's November 21. So November next year, I think, will be the release date for the new Battlefield. And I think in EA Play next year, around this kind of time of the year, I think that's when we'll get to see some actual gameplay of the new Battlefield. But for sure, the very brief sort of sneak peek we got of graphics, we can expect some pretty amazing graphics with the new Battlefield. Also, a couple of other announcements for you Command & Conquer fans. So I used to play Red Alert a lot as a kid. It was one of my favourite games, particularly Red Alert 2. And they're now releasing a remastered collection of Command & Conquer. So for you fans, it's coming out on Steam, so it's definitely one to consider if you're a big fan of that and you want to get back into that gameplay just for some, casual fun, maybe to remind you of your childhood. I'm definitely going to consider it. I will check out what the graphics are like before I buy it, but it definitely looks like there's some good remastering there, which isn't always the case. There were some other announcements, but I think I'll probably cap it off there. It's been quite a long video. For me, I think the highlights are definitely Apex Legends. There's a whole bunch of amazing updates coming. The Lifeline Buff is cool, the heirloom is fairly cool, the new mode is cool, the respawn beacons, the mobile respawn beacons, I love that idea, and last but not least, the best thing, crossplay, is going to really revolutionize Apex Legends, I think. So thanks for watching. Those other sort of game updates and new releases that I haven't mentioned that were covered in EA Play, I'll put the link for the EA Play Live video down below, and you can go check it out and watch it back. It's less than an hour, it wasn't that long, so if you want to see what else was announced, you can go watch through that video. But thanks for watching, and I hope you're all as hyped as I am. As I said, let me know in the comments down below if you're hyped for these Apex Legends changes coming. So I look forward to it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.